My neighbor's truck had a phobia of white lines. I offered it some art therapy. For 6 months, I lived next to the Picasso of bad parking. My neighbor, let's call him Trent, owned a Dodge Ram so large it probably had its own gravitational pull. It was immaculately clean, offensively bright white, and piloted by a man who believed parking lines were merely a serving suggestion. Our assigned spots are narrow. Not impossible, but they require you to be a considerate human being. Trent was not. Every day, he would park his behemoth at a diagonal, with at least one tire defiantly over the line and into my space. This left me with a sliver of an opening, forcing me to execute a move I called the vertical coffin escape, just to get out of my humble sedan. I'd suck in my gut, slide out like a piece of paper, and pray I didn't breathe too hard and scratch his precious paint job with my jacket zipper. I tried the diplomatic approach. I left a friendly, non-threatening note on his windshield. Hey, spots are tight. A little more room would be great. The next day, the note was gone and he was parked even further into my spot. It felt like a declaration of war. The breaking point came last Thursday. I had a job interview for a major promotion. I was wearing my best and only light gray suit. As I performed my usual contortionist act to exit my car, my freshly pressed trousers brushed against his rear tire. I didn't think anything of it until I got to my office building and saw it. A big, greasy black smear right across my thigh. I looked like I just lost a fight with a mechanic. I spent 10 frantic minutes in the bathroom scrubbing at it with a wet paper towel, which only turned it into a large, damp gray smudge. My confidence was shot. I did not get the promotion. Standing there, looking at my ruined suit and my ruined career prospects, I wasn't angry anymore. I was inspired. My revenge plot required 2 things: Trent's predictable Saturday morning gym schedule and a 64-piece jumbo box of neon sidewalk chalk. The moment his truck rumbled away at 8 a.m., I scurried out to the parking lot. Operation Re-Education was a go. First, using a tape measure and a yardstick, I drew a new, perfectly centered box inside his parking space with the brightest, most obnoxious pink chalk I had. This box was his truck's exact footprint. Then, I added the educational materials. At the front of the box, in big, blocky, lime green letters, I wrote, "Front bumper stops here." Along the driver's sideline, an arrow pointed inwards with the helpful tip, "Keep tires inside this line." For the line bordering my spot, I wrote in electric blue, "This is your neighbor's space. Do not enter." But the masterstroke was the grading rubric I drew on the pavement right where he'd step out of his driver's side door. It read, "Parking report, card A+. All tires within the pink box." Great job, superstar. C, at least you tried. See me after class. F, are you even looking? Practice required. I scurried back to my apartment, hid behind my blinds with a cup of tea, and waited. An hour later, he returned, sweaty and smug. He swung his truck around to pull in and then slammed on the brakes. He leaned forward, squinting. He got out, hands on his hips, and just stared at my handiwork. A family walking by slowed down, and I saw the mom cover her mouth to hide a smile as her 10-year-old son loudly read, "Mom, what's a parking report card?" Trent's face went from confused to beet red in seconds. He looked around wildly, probably trying to find the culprit. Then, with the defeated posture of a man who knows he's been utterly publicly owned, he got back in his truck. I have never witnessed such a careful parking job. He pulled in, he backed out, he straightened, he inched forward. It took him 4 attempts, but he landed that behemoth perfectly inside the pink box with surgical precision. The chalk is gone now, washed away by a recent rainstorm. But the lesson remains. Trent now parks like he's taking his driver's test every single day. He's perfectly centered, an inch of space on either side, a model citizen of the parking lot. Every time I get out of my car without having to dislocate a rib, I feel a deep, petty, and profoundly satisfying sense of peace. He now parks like an absolute angel.